Hi YouTube, how are you doing? I'm doing okay. I'm a little tired, you might be able to tell. I was up a few times and stayed up later than I was going to because of the eclipse. So Doug too was able to view that. He got the whole one. I didn't get that one. I think that was about 2:30 our time AM. I was up about 3:30 and I just missed that, but I got to see the partial eclipse, which was pretty cool. So yeah, um I don't know, they say, well, don't look at it with your naked eye, or is that just in the daytime? I don't know, I forget. Like I say, I'm pretty tired, so if I get a little goofy, but I do have a topic here today. um Intentional sabotage and what people will do, and this is mostly men that could do it to a woman, is like undermine your femininity, or your, even men that like brutalize women. They will treat you like just one of the boys. It doesn't matter that you have two or three layers less skin, and our bones are more delicate and that type of thing. They don't care. They don't care. This world has gotten so um, brutal towards everybody, even children, people with their own children, some mothers even. They're more animalistic than ever, is what I think. That's my opinion from my observation. So I don't know. That's basically what's on my mind. I'll talk a little more about it. Um, I saw a meme this morning that was pretty beautiful. I'm pretty sure I saw it before, but it had some cartoon angels on there, and it said, people that want to lift you up will never cut your wings. They'll add to your feathers if you're injured so you can fly. That's beautiful, and that's true. That's what I'm hoping to do for my friends out here. I'm never going to take something about your appearance or something and hurt you with it. This is calculated sabotage is what it is, trying to undermine. I've had so many tiny men, and if you're short, hey, doesn't matter. Some of my best friends in life, like I had one friend, Jerome, he was like 90 pounds max sometimes. Sometimes he was even smaller than that. Just a tiny man, but he would never hurt a fly anyway. But I've had a lot of tiny minded men try and treat me like a small man. They don't care that I've had babies out of my body or my femininity, and try and treat me like I'm not dainty when I can embroider and do beadwork, and little things that men typically can't don't do, you know. Or how about cleaning your baby's navel cavities, or clipping their little toenails, or yeah, when they're newborn. You all know what I'm talking about with that. But I've had people trying to um, make me feel less about myself than I do. It does hurt that they feel that way about me, but it's not going to make me feel that way about myself. So that's why I'm on here today. Otherwise, because I was tired, I was going to take a bit of a break, but I thought, nah, I'm going to get on and talk about it, because I know there's a lot of people, men too, that are brutalized by women. Don't get me wrong. I know that's a fact. Witnessed it with my own eyes, so I'm not saying that it doesn't go both ways. I'm just telling you what is personally going on in my life right now because of my strength. and that's why. So it is so beautiful out today. I was out earlier and I was out in my t-shirt, you know, 60 degrees at about, oh, it must have been about 10 o'clock I was out there. So it's going to be, we're supposed to break a record today here in Minnesota. I bet we probably will. Happy weekend, everybody. But if you knew the amount of times that, I mean, not just even being ganged up by one man, but more than a few at a time, trying to actually hurt me because they provoked me and then I wouldn't keep my mouth shut, you know? I mean, sure, they want me to be passive. They want me to sit there and listen to anything they want to say and do in front of me and expect me just to remain silent and not say anything when at that point I'm willing to fight because, okay, I've been in a position in my life where I have not had anything to live for. I've gone, this is no baloney. They say, I saw a meme that says, the average person gets 8 hugs a day. Wow. I went one time 11 years without human contact. Another time, about another 10 years. Altogether, I've gone entire decades without the touch of another human being. you know, some people really don't know what that is, or why would that be? You know, I guess I could go out hugging people, you know, you, but some people don't realize how fortunate they are and um, take liberties with somebody that has stood up for them and done things that would help their life and take that same person that helped them into a position and try and kill them after they're there. And what they try to do is like not only break your confidence, but when they see you being strong, um, well, they'll go to just about any lengths to take what you have that they could acquire for themselves, It's amazing. There was something more I was going to say about that, but I can't think of what that was right this second. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, not sure. So, did any of you get the opportunity to see the eclipse? It was pretty cool. Our moon wasn't really super red or anything. It was more kind of a yellowish hue to it. Maybe tonight it'll be more red. I don't know. But it was maybe depending on where everybody's located too. I don't know either. But so I told you I was goofy today. you know, yeah. So I have a great disdain, borderline hatred for the men that would view me as a small man, just because I'm tall. And then I can't even say that for the small women, petite or whoever you are, any size, a woman's still a woman. Maybe some of you don't identify like that. Whoa. I'm a two gender lady here, not all in one. You know, our mind and our hearts can think for a masculine, but a man can never understand. Like, okay, Doug knows, like with his daughter, he misses his daughter. They're at odds in their lives. and but she did not come out of his body. He did not have that connection, and there is a different type of feeling with a mother than there is a father. You know, even if the mother's not a nurturing mom, it's still a feminine, not effeminate, but a feminine person, you know, even if they try to be masculine, you know. It's just like in dance, you know, there's different moves. Like a woman will do a move, and a guy can go and try and do the same move. It's not going to look the same, people, you know? Seriously. It's like, okay, like a lot of these rappers and Michael Jackson used to grab his crotch. And then I see little kids doing that as a dance move. I'm like, whoa, you know? Dude, especially a little girl. That's just, oh, anybody agree with me there? Is that kind of register? That's nasty. You know, you can tell a lot about a person how they dance. Sure can. Who's controlling that body? You know. Oh, yeah. I've had men make cracks to me like, how's the air up there? And I'd say, maybe you'll find out when you grow up, you know, stuff like that. I mean, just things that try to bring me down. I've been through this all my life, so it's not anything new. It's just the small men that would ever do that to a woman, you know. And I'm sure, and I've seen it with big guys and little guys. I've seen little guys picked on by men and women. I've seen really big guys get brutalized and picked on by people. Like I used to get jumped on by girls and shit because I was tall. But I've seen big guys go through that too because they figure, well, you're big, we'll just fucking annihilate you, you know? Yeah. So people are cruel, no man, and they're stupid. They're small, you know. That's all they have. I guess you got to give them that, but you know, yeah. But I've had people actually out and out lie about me and put it out into the public. It's slanderous. It's not true. I mean, for instance, saying I have the statue of a man. No, I don't. I have the curves the same of any woman. And there's a lot of women that wish they could be tall like me. I used to wish I could be short. But then after getting beat on by guys, I'm like, well, it's a pretty good thing I'm not, you know, because I'd be dead. That's what Doug said. You'd be dead. I'm like, yeah, I know. Doesn't make it feel any better, you know, and it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. Yeah, maybe they can hit harder. I can kick harder, but women weren't meant for combat like that. They might have more vicious maternal instincts, but that's not what that's there for. And when men bring that out in you, they're committing one of the largest crimes on the planet by making a woman defend herself either from fear or humiliation or whatever it is. It's shameful, you know? Oh, yeah. Sometimes you just gotta walk away from people and let them be who they're gonna be without you, you know. And that's evidently what they wanted anyway, because they wouldn't have treated us so poorly if they had wanted, men or women, if they had wanted us in their lives, they would have not jeopardized losing you, you know. And like I say, it's not just because I'm tall, because I've seen little women get brutalized too. Luckily, a few times I was there to help them out. Excuse me a moment, but that's not always the case, unfortunately. We don't always have a protector there. I've had men stand around and watch me get beat up, you know, because I didn't have the stature of a man. Just like Doug and I, when he's 5'6", I'm 5'9", but when we sit down, he's taller than me. His body is way bigger, you know. Well, I guess if men feel small, or if they want to just try and hurt me, you know, they'll pick on your insecurities, you know. So I mean yeah, I guess the biggest thing too is my son's treating me that way. Anybody else now, that doesn't really hurt. Not like that. It's, you know, they're just weak like the rest of the men like that. So to try and undermine my confidence to boost their own, or to make you a sacrifice and supply to the people that they're trying to impress in life. God knows the reasons why people will do these things, you know. It's like if you're with a guy that's a cheater, he might do something horrible to you in front of other women to impress them, you know, that type of thing. And yeah, who knows why people do their sneaky shit, you know. But there's always a reason, and it's nefarious. It's not anything that's going to like work itself out in the wash or anything. They showed who they are. That's what it is. And now I'll only listen to what somebody's saying if I know they've already tarnished me in the eyes of other people. The only reason I would listen is to see what my enemies are going to say next. It isn't with any hope that they're going to be okay. I mean, I have a smidgen of hope, but it's only a smidgen, you know, that they're going to understand what they're doing to themselves. But yeah, by doing it to me, yeah, absolutely. Uh, I always used to try and just overlook things that people would do and keep a smile on my face, you know. Yeah. I'll still keep a smile on my face, but it's not going to be for them, you know. So, with some men, you couldn't be feminine if you wanted to. It wouldn't make any difference because they're the kind of guys that don't deserve a woman in their lives. And so that's what I wish for them. If you don't know how to treat a woman, you don't deserve her, you know? And she doesn't need to sit around for decades or even years to wait for you to grow up and change. Don't do it, ladies. If they show you that they're not working to grow with you, only in a different direction. That's the direction they're going in. You can't change that. No amount of love, no amount of, you could do everything in the world for those people and it'll never change. You know, I didn't get with anybody to try and ever change them or diminish their light. If they're doing something cool, I want them to succeed, even if it's separate from me. You know, have a good life. Unless you've really only been my opposition, then you don't have a good life. So, like I say, I'll only be listening now, not out of hope, but for ammunition. And I not only scrutinize what people say now, I'm on the attack. You thought you hurt me or undermined my self-confidence? You got a whole boatload of what you gave coming back in your direction. I'm gonna fucking crush you. Hope that's clear. So that's what you get when you turn a mom into a warrior she never wanted to be. When you hurt a woman that bad, you deserve her wrath. And that's what you're gonna get. Certain lines people don't cross in this world, you know. Well, they do, and they have, but they're going to find out that it was a mistake, you know. My energy is no longer available for the takers in life. If you can't contribute to my peace of mind and happiness, you are worth less. Wouldn't you agree? No matter who, you know, in your life with people. There was something, see, I'm hanging on here. I was trying to think of something. It was, oh, I don't know. I don't know. It'll probably come to me later, like a lot of things do after you get off here. You know, it's like, oh, dang. I was going to write some things down. Excuse me. But I had some paperwork to sign and a grocery list to make and some other things this morning, so I didn't get around to it. And so I thought I'll just wing it, you know, wing it, get it when they don't cut your wings if they love you. Yeah, that's right. They don't, but they have. So guess what? You find out whether you're loved or not. So back to if it takes 8 hugs a day to keep your immune system healthy, um, how about the people that don't have that? Does anybody give a shit? Is there like, oh, is that what the robots are for? So the people that are actually righteous inside their souls when everybody fucking hates them, so we have somebody to hug? Or is that why we get a dog or a cat for a replacement? Therapy animals, right? It's like the devil, he doesn't need therapy animals. He's got plenty of y'all. He don't need a therapy animal. He's got pets. Yeah, and then I could go back to saying, well, if only she'd keep her mouth shut. Why should I have to? A man can get out here and say anything he wants to say, slander a woman, treat her like she's not a woman, say anything he wants to say, and then I'm not supposed to have anger or any type of feeling of retaliation or fighting me. I'm supposed to just sit down and be docile. Is that it? Is that how it works in some of your brains? Or if you're pushing me to see if I'm going to attack, that might be coming up. What do you get when you push somebody that has nothing to lose? Any ideas? I got plenty. They're just rolling around in my head right now. Yeah, statue like a man. When they look at everything I've got, you know. I had a friend of mine one time, she pulled up on the beach and she was wondering who that beautiful woman in the lime green swimsuit was. And then when I came out of the water, she's like, oh my God, you know. But yeah, yeah, statue of a man. Right. Yeah. I did have this pretty swimsuit. My youngest son picked it out for me. We were swimsuit shopping, and it was one of the only one pieces that I had in my young adult life. I've got one now that's pink and black, or kind of a mauve color, like this with black. And but this one was lime green with black trim, and yeah, it was pretty, really, really pretty swimsuit. I could, I didn't think I'd look good in it, and I did. Then I was thinking the other day I had heard something about somebody playing sports in a swimsuit and their stuff came out. Oh, one time, and I didn't expect to be playing volleyball, that's the thing. But I was out sunbathing by a pool of a place that I worked. And I had on this maroon colored string bikini, a French bikini, um and they started playing volleyball. I love volleyball. And I'm in the water and I'm like, and I spiked it and I oops in front of everybody. I was like, and I ducked under the water really quick and got put back together. That was so embarrassing. Yeah. Anyway, I learned my lesson. It was not a sports swimsuit. It's terrible. And I'm a super modest person. I couldn't even stand like in the gym in uh high school and whatever where we had to change in the same locker room with these people, and some of these people were freaks. I think my gym teacher was a freak, Mrs. Vokity. She reminded me now that, and she was short, had the statue of a man. That thing was fucking scary. To femininity. I think you know what I mean. I was raised by one of them too. They looked like a bulldozer, you know. And yeah, she was jealous of me. Some of you ladies get where I'm going with that, where it's hard for women to be friends because they can't appreciate each other's beauty. They have to be the most beautiful or nothing at all. Oh, it's okay. You go be beautiful with your friends that are uglier than you that make you feel good and leave me alone. Thanks anyway, you know. Just thought I'd talk about it a little bit, what's on my mind. I'm not shy. Um, but it is a real thing in this world that men are treating women like they're just small men, and we're not. Don't let them do that to you. It doesn't matter if you're, and I have a granddaughter that's over 6 foot, um, and other tall women or bigger bone women or whatever. You're still a feminine woman and you're beautiful. God made you beautiful like that, and don't you ever, ever let a man treat you like a man. Don't ever do it. Don't accept it. And don't be docile about it either. That's where your mama bear comes in and said, that's enough of that right now, or I'm going to eat you alive. Seriously. See how I get like that? How do you like me now? You know? Well, I'm going to get this uploaded. I do appreciate you joining me. Have a really great weekend. I intend to. I'm going to kick back, smoke a couple hits, and think about doing some work. I'm just going to be thinking about it, I think, today. So, all right, everybody. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.